All right, happy Saturday. Those that happen to be coming in live here on TikTok Live. The one and only Bloom from Within Love. Y'all know I go by Bloomy. This is just going to be a mini discussion because I got to get to the rest of what I got going on today. But as you're coming in, you see the title that says Family of Pathological Liars. I want to talk about this. Those of you who may feel like you've come from that, you're going to know exactly what I'm talking about. So I'm going to talk about some of the common traits and tactics. Why am I saying it's pathology? Okay, because everybody, on some level tell lies, right? Hello, whoever said hello. Hey, who's that? What you doing? Uh, Thank you for joining. But, on a keep it real status, okay, people tell, a lie. Here and there, usually no malicious intent. You know what I'm saying? When it's on the lighter scale of things, and it's not pathology. So the reason why I'm calling it a pathology is because it's some type of root in narcissism. It's a structure that a particular family or bloodline has gotten pretty damn used to being. It's something that it's hardwired, it's second nature, it's automatic. When you hear the term pathology, and as I look up, I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, either hawks. Y'all may not be able to see them. Hawks, eagles, damn, some huge bad boys. Um, okay, so here it is. Yeah. Resisting change and transformation. Chaotic in nature. Gossipy in nature. Petty in nature. Greedy in nature. Okay, pathology. So that root of narcissism and dysfunctionality in families goes deep. It's not something to do with just, oh, this is just a little tiff here and there, and it's just a little, the lighter weight. No, no, no. This is pathology. This is insidious in nature. It's malicious in nature. It's intentional. It's premeditated. Okay? So how does this look? How would this look playing out in the 3D? So in pathology, families that have this major pathology, first and foremost, you're not going to see them on the scene for years, okay? But when the jig is up, they'll appear again. Those that partake in, like I said, and I'm going to just keep it real, most of us, especially my culture, but I'm sure this goes on in different forms in other cultures as well. See, it's always about money, isn't it? See, this is that pathology. It's about money. It's about properties. It's about resources. The culture, this is when you see the most ugliest things. When people die, this is when you're going to get the real ugly. It's always been about that. It comes with the appearance of, I love you and I care, and they're around trying to get benefits. But at the end, it's always about fighting. I told you guys stories about when I was a little girl, when one of my great uncles passed away, which I still feel to this day, bitch, that his niece is behind his death, just like she's behind her mother's death. But that's not what this video is about. So, what do they want? Money. What do they want? Property, stuff. What are they willing to do to keep it? Anything. They're sellouts. When they get concerned about truths coming out, then they're going to try to do what I call recon. Let's try to fill somebody out. Oh, I love you. We haven't heard from you. Yeah, in 1,000 years. And why now, all of a sudden? Why now? Out of the blue sky for no apparent reason other than what? Why now? See, we have to start learning how to ask the questions. Why now? Especially if you're on a public platform. Because people act like they're not watching you, but you know full well that they are. Whether this be your cousins, your uncles, your aunties, your great cousins, bitch, you know that they're fucking watching you. Now they care. Right? Pathology. Then people try to start covering their tracks, acting like they're not talking to the main nigga bitch that was involved in doing some toxic shit. Acting like they were not in cahoots, acting like they were not collabing with, acting like they were not all together, trying to keep something away from you. Some of you, see, this is where I'm talking about pathology. Because, see, it's deeper than I lied about the carton of milk. I lied about I went to Walmart versus Target. This is not some low-level shit. This is some premeditated, planned shit surrounding what the only thing these types of motherfuckers care about. The only thing that they've ever cared about. See, the sleep ones in a bloodline are sleep, they're karmics, and they've gotten used to that. It gets progressive with age. It does not get better. It gets progressive. They become more fine-tuned at being fake. See, I've graduated past, I'm not codependent, so I don't need fake emotion. I don't need fake love. I don't need somebody to tell me they love me when, to me, I know what love is. So, no, you don't. No, you don't. No, you don't. Because if you did, you wouldn't be participating in bullshit. So let's just not go there. We just want to know how you doing. No, you don't. You want to do recon. You want to see. You want to figure out what I know, and I'm not telling nobody shit. In fact, everybody's getting ready to go down. It's foolish and ill-advised to start fucking with woke ones in the guise of acting like you care to get information. That is ill-advised. Or to try to bring some type of illusion and confusion about something. That's also ill-advised. Pathological, a family of pathological liars. In my blood, this shit runs deep. Mental illness is at the core. And I'm not talking about, because you guys hear me make statements like we all got a little something, bitch. You know what I'm saying? Shit, you didn't. Shit. You know what I'm saying? You get stressed out, you get traumatized, you know, the kind of lighter side of having mental health. I'm not talking about the lighter side of it. I'm talking about this pathological, insidious, toxic dysfunctionality that goes unchecked and is hidden with religion and fake love and performances. Behind the scene is nothing but a bunch of schemes. Somebody died, somebody left something to somebody else. They didn't want that somebody else to have it, so they come together and scheme to get everybody to shut up about it, those who are willing to be sellouts for it, and then try to go to the person in which they stole from and act like they don't know nothing about it. This collective, this is mental illness. See, I'm putting this shit out there and I'm going to keep doing it to shake people out of what we're calling crazy and mentally versus what is. It's crazy and mentally ill to be scheming behind your own kinfolk's back. That's mental problems. That's mental illness. It's disrespectful to go to a person that you're spitting out of your mouth that you care for and you love, but you're simultaneously scheming to keep something that belongs to them from them. Worse yet, scheming, attempting with another lowlife, attempting to hurt them. This is ill-advised. And then people start scrambling around when the shit hit the fan, because it always do. People start dropping like flies. Why is that? Out of nowhere. Was it not perhaps an attempt to kill a divine one? And collaborating with those who did? Is it not perhaps is it not perhaps because you're trying to cover up a crime? Huh? Family of pathological liars. And pathology means these are people that can smile at you and cry and bring you some cupcakes, bitch. I love you. Do you? Do you? Well, where's my shit? Give me what's mine. Otherwise, step. I love you. You haven't cared in 1,000 years. You don't care now. It's just that I'm on a public platform. And the shit is hitting the fan. It's hitting the fan. It's hitting the fan. It's ill-advised to try to do spell work on me and those that are like me. It's ill-advised to do that. Whether this is official spell work or high-level manipulation, collaborating with a team 1, 2, 3, it is ill-advised to do that. 1, 2, 3 individuals plus is ill-advised. Understood? Hope you understand. Hope you know what's going to cost you. Every time Pathological Liars Collective, your family of pathological liars, once you start healing and ascending, they were gone from your life and then they ease back in. What's going to start to happen, and you'll eventually see this. There's going to be ramification for every time they come at you with fuckery. If they're not coming, if they're not reaching out in sincerity, hear me out. If they're not reaching out with the purest intention, I'm not talking about what they spit out the side of their neck. If they're not reaching out with the purest intention, not coming at you to try to get some recon, trying to figure out who you talking to and what you know, meanwhile telling you nothing. Okay, you call me for nothing? Why are you here? What do you want? Thinking that you're that same little boy and little girl from back in 1988, 89. They're sadly mistaken. We haven't talked in years, yeah. So why now? What do you want to say? What do you want to say? Want to see how you're doing? You know how I'm doing because you're watching me. You're watching me. So stop pretending like, see, that's another insulting thing. I have no desire to connect to people who pretend like they're not watching me, but they're watching me and then want to contact me. They already came with dishonesty. Do you see the pathology there? They're already starting it off in a deceptive energy. They know full well they watching me. If they not watching me, I promise you they cheering is, bitch. And that's what all of the gossip is about. That's what all the chatter is about. Family of pathological liars. A lot of us come from that. And those of us that are Earth Angels, Starseeds, whatever you want to call yourself, you were chosen and you incarnated to break it. But this is what is terrifying to these people. Because now all of their masks and illusions of their fake saved, fake love, fake spiritual, fake this and that, willing to do anything for shit, is being ripped the fuck off. When I was a little girl, and one of my great uncles passed away, one that I actually liked, that I actually loved. I liked him. I saw, even at that age, I was a teenager, maybe. I was 12 or 13. But I saw the ugliness of my own kinfolk. I may not have knew much, but I knew. It's the same age-old story. What do motherfuckers fight about? Money and stuff. Poverty mind people. Somebody died. They could have had a will and testament. And the survivors feel entitled to dictate how that goes. They can't even fucking honor their so-called family that they claim they loved when they passed away. I feel I deserve, bitch. Nobody asks. I feel I deserve, I should have, because I see the selfishness yet. I was. I was the one there taking care. I was the one that nobody asked. People had a will and testament for a reason. We don't feel like they're the ones that deserve. They're never at the family reunions. And we're the ones that need it. They didn't ask you. See that entitlement? That's narcissism, dear. You were not asked. And then forging shit and getting notaries to do shit. And these are the same people that go to church. This is mental illness. Trying to play with someone's head is a form of mental illness. Trying to create illusion and confusion around a matter. Trying to gaslight or make someone second guess the truth or reality that actually is a form of mental illness. Subscribing to religion, quoting all of that stuff, and then 1 hour later getting together in groups to scheme wicked shit, that's a form of mental illness. And when the shit starts to hit the fan, when people realize that, oh, I guess there's always a day and an hour where everybody ends up getting held accountable, even if it took 30 years. There's a day and an hour where that lifestyle is going to come with the penalty. So all of that selling out is going to cost some of these people their lives, or what they love lives, their peace, their happiness, their contentment, one thing and another. See, I cut off shit. You know, people like to accuse folks like myself of being dry or distant, or, you know, for cutting people off, because I have no interest in engaging. I'm not going to play child games, and I will not be gaslit. I'm not going to entertain fake love. I'm not going to engage when people aren't straight with me, whether that's their intentions, their motives, and their involvement in something. I'll give people a shot. This is how I've been. I give people a shot. I'll be very blank, very neutral. I'll give them a shot. And then they'll have their moment. Boom. And it's up to them to optimize the moment to the fullest potential. In other words, I better come clean. I better come correct. I better come sincere. I better come 100. Because if not, cut. I don't need the conversation. I've gone my whole life without it. I don't need it. I don't need the fake support. Me and my son have gone our whole life without it. I don't need it. I have no desire to connect with fake love. I have no desire to connect with those, first and foremost, who work with dark witches and warlocks that are part of doing me and my son harm. I have no desire to be your friend. I have no desire to talk to people who are behind stealing from me and my son, or who connects with those who steal from me and my son and don't do nothing about it. So I don't want to chit chat. I don't want to shoot the breeze. I don't want to hang out. I don't need it. See, these people remember, like I said, they'll remember a version of you that's long gone. Because when I smell inauthenticity, it's a turnoff. When I smell the hidden dishonor, that is a turnoff. I don't care if it sounds like this. I love you. You love me? Then do what's right by me and give me my shit. You love me? Then turn in the dark witch. You love me? Then stop lying. You love me? Then stop gossiping behind my back. You love me? You love me? Then do what is just and stop being a greedy motherfucker. You love me? I ain't trying to hear none of that. You love me? Then make your wrongs right. You love me? Then stop trying to gaslight me and come clean and come correct. Otherwise, step. Because there's going to be a penalty to pay every time motherfuckers come in my energy on some bullshit. More and more is going to be dropping like flies. And ain't got nothing to do with what I do. It's called penalty. People that love me and my son will do right by me and my son. Otherwise, I am not interested in a conversation. I don't want to go to Starbucks, bitch. I don't want to shoot the breeze. I don't want to reminisce, bitch. I ain't telling you shit. Do right by me or step. And guess what? Collective, this is balance. See, when we come from family of narcissists and family of dysfunctionality that has been used to this toxic dynamic, they expect you to be the enabler tongue biter and just sit back and just go along with this illusionary shit. Sure, sure, sure. I'll pretend like I don't know you's a thieving hoe. Sure, sure, sure. I'll pretend like you ain't gossiping behind my back. Sure, sure. I'll pretend I don't know you're a fucking dark witch and you go to church on Sunday. Sure, sure. Yeah, yeah. I'll smile at the barbecue. We can take pictures and put it on Instagram. That's what they're used to. That's what everybody do. Everybody just conform and bow to fit the mold. Hi, thank you. And they expect you to continue to go along with that toxic dynamic. And the other people that still conditioned to it, they still support that. It's sad. It's sad. All these terms and phrases, this is still my family, that's still my mama, like all of this, or my daddy, all of this bullshit. It's like, okay, it's okay. Okay. Well, if we want to throw around those terms, then we're going to also equally have to accept the responsibility that comes with that too, then. Because if you're right, correct. If it's still your family, if it's still your this and your that, your mother, your father, your sister, your brother, then all the more the motherfuckers should be held accountable to do the fuck what's right. Ain't no automatic respect. While simultaneously being disrespectful? Does that make sense? This is a mental illness. I'm telling y'all, it's mental illness. Just the fuck connected. Well, I'm putting the world on notice, and I'm sure this is you as well, collective. We don't need. We ain't codependent. We don't want to fit in a group that bad that we're willing to be in some kind of toxic dynamic. We don't need no fake love, no fake support of people trying to simultaneously sabotage us. Haters ruined their fucking lives and now they're jealous of yours. They chose a path to screw up their lives, discontented. We don't need the connection. We don't need the so-called checking in on. That's so fucking fake, man. That's so fake. Is it really checking in or is it recon to have something to talk about? Or to go and report as your flying monkey duty? What is it? What is it? See, I cut off people who do not have the capacity to be mature and legit. And that's a harsh pill to swallow. But if we don't do that, collective, we will stay in these toxic dynamics. These people don't know how to close out cycles, and they don't want you to close out cycles. They try to stay connected to you. I have no desire. I'm ending it. People who sat back and did nothing or knew about certain shit and did nothing, they need to step. I don't want to hear it. And then as they see you on some kind of public arena, or maybe, you know what I'm saying, you're growing, all of a sudden people want to come. Are you coming to come correct? No? Okay, then buy again. Buy again. We're not doing that. We have to come to a place of loving ourselves enough to know that we deserve healthy dynamics and authentic love, and it starts from within ourselves. And then when we start working on that, we'll start to create stronger boundaries, realizing that we deserve better. And that it is a shame and a fucking disgrace and despicable that our own kinfolks are that fucked up. It's a disgrace. Especially the Hallelujah group. And see, in this kind of shit, I came on purpose here to deal with. I'm dealing with this shit. There was a couple others that they killed off. It ain't gonna work with me. They killed off my great uncle. They killed off my grandmother, but it will not be successful with me. They're gonna have to deal with me. They will all be exposed. And any of them and whoever of them was involved, gonna get what they got coming.